love it. Feels so good. Well, how's it going, guys? Thank you so much for clicking on this video. It's kind of an exciting day, exciting topic. So this is my first video on the channel. The topic that we're going over, as you can see in the title, is what bike should you buy for your first one? Where should you buy it? I've watched plenty of other videos. People will tell you what bike to get, but they don't necessarily tell you where to get it. So yeah, that's what we're going to go over. So I guess let's hop up on the bike here. Get a little nice little exhaust note. Go ahead and get her on. It's alright. She nice. But let's go ahead and get on the road, and I'll cut to that. We can chit chat then. Alrighty, guys, here we go. So, for all you people out there that just want a straightforward answer on what you should get and where you should get it, my answer is get something like a 300, 400, 500, not a 600, and get it off the Facebook Marketplace. Now, for the reasons for that is I made the mistake of I got my certificate from the driver's course. I was super excited. Didn't have a motorcycle at the time, so I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna go to the dealership, get a motorcycle, and we're good, right? Well, oh, that's cool. But the mistake that came from that was I ended up paying $8 grand for a 500cc motorcycle. $8 grand. Like, that's nuts. I definitely dropped the ball on that one. And then I got this beautiful bike right here, pristine condition, off the Facebook Marketplace for $4,000. Now, of course, I did have to come up with that in cash, and I couldn't get financing. But whatever you do, do not go to the dealership and buy a bike brand new off the showroom floor. Just, I'm going to save you the heartache. Don't do it. I guess we can go and start talking. So, I know there's a lot of people that say, oh yeah, get a 600 or get a 500. Or, oh, I started on a liter bike. I definitely say do whatever you're honestly comfortable with, you know, excluding a liter bike. Don't even think about getting a liter bike. Those things are nuts. Again, start with a, you know, a good little, 300, 400, 500. Because it allows you to make mistakes. I know, you'll say, oh yeah, no, I'll respect it and all of that, which is fine, but it doesn't mean that you're not going to want to have fun on it. They're toys, they're meant to have fun. And you're out here driving around and see open road, you're going to want to use the power of the 600 especially, So it's one of those things where if you make a mistake, when you don't expect to, it's going to be less forgiving on a 600 than it will be on one of the lower bikes like the 3, 4, and 500. Again, if you're coming to a stop and then you end up braking a little too hard, the bike leans a little bit weird, when you drop it, it's you're going to be more sad on a 600 than you would a 500. Overall, it's just better just to get a cheaper 500, start there, and then work your way up. What a cool guy. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about the 600s. A lot of people are like, man, I want to go fast. I want a proper piss missile. Give me a 600. Well, in some cases, that would probably be nice. You may not have any issues. Somebody else who started on a 600 may not have issues. But it doesn't mean that you won't have any issues. The thing is, on a 500, if I were to barely twist the throttle, it doesn't go anywhere. This one right here, I don't really know what gear I'm in, but I barely twist the throttle, and I'm going. And just like that, I almost hit 80. Now, I didn't even give it like half throttle. So, it's one of those things to where you're gonna want to use the power. You just gotta make sure that you're doing it in the right place, okay? And also, I don't have a list for this, so I might be a little bit scatterbrained. But it just makes it interesting, makes it authentic, right? So, and we actually got some nice twisty roads up here. So, definitely get something lower than a 600. If you spend all the money on your dream 600, and you're going, you think you're all cool, and then you get to a stoplight and you drop it. You're going to be super upset, super sad, that you dropped your little dream bike. Go ahead and do a little bit of twisty here. Oh yeah, this is good for the soul. Oh yeah. You're gonna be a lot more sad. It's your dream bike. you know, you're gonna be naturally more upset about it, versus if you got a 500 off of Facebook Marketplace for, you know, 2, maybe 3 grand. I know prices are crazy right now, but, you know, versus you getting a bike on there, if you drop it, it's gonna hurt less. You know, it's okay, because that's what you got the bike for. It's meant to be kind of abused as your first bike, since you don't really know how to ride yet, and that's okay. It's good to start on a smaller bike, learn your way, work your way up, enjoy the process. You know, you don't have to get on a 600 and, you know, go mock Jesus everywhere you go. To have fun and enjoy it. I'm just casually cruising here, 56, you know, it's fun. 56 on the 600 is the same as 56 on a 500 or 400. It's all the same, okay? It's just whenever you twist the throttle, this is going to send you into the next universe in the blink of an eye. And this is only a 600, not even a liter bike. You know, and on a 500, again, it's more forgiving. You're not going to whiskey throttle it like you would this. Even when I first got this bike, turn left here actually. Even when I first got this bike, you know, there was times to where on my 500 you sit more upright. But when I got on this and I would kind of sit more upright and I would get on the throttle, I would almost whiskey throttle it, and, you know, it got pretty sketchy sometimes. But it comes with the learning process. You know, I rode the 500 for about 2 or 3 months, and I got tired of it, and I just decided, okay, well, you know, I want something more. You know, obviously not a liter bike, because that's just way too much. But I want something I can have more fun with. You know, if I'm driving down the highway and I need to pass somebody, you know, the 600 is definitely better when it comes to, you know, highway. You know, but on the regular roads that you're going to be riding whenever you're starting out, you know, and just, you know, casually riding on the highway, a 500 is perfectly fine. You know, don't let anybody else tell you, like, oh, yeah, no, you can't do anything on a 500, you know, and this and that. That's fine. I mean, you're not going to sit there and go mock Jesus on your first day of riding. You're going to be most likely nervous. You know, you might want to take things just a little bit slow, and that's perfect for a 500. It's cheaper. And I definitely invest the money probably in better gear. First of all, versus getting a 600, you know, get you a good set of gloves, you know, a good helmet, and some good riding boots or shoes or whatever. You know, that way whenever you do go down, again, I personally haven't gone down. I know it's a, you know, when, not an if you go down. So luckily haven't experienced that. But as a new rider, you know, you're most likely, there we go, more likely, whatever it is, to, you know, just to drop the bike. Not necessarily like lay it down, you know, like you're going around a corner too fast, but you're gonna make just small mistakes. Let's say, you know, you drop the bike or whatever, and, you know, the peg leads on your ankle for some reason. It's not gonna feel too hot. It's really not. So definitely, instead of getting this nice brand new fancy 600, invest in some new gear. Invest in a nice cool looking helmet, you know, and some dope boots and gloves and stuff like that. And then, you know, throughout the, you know, your riding career, you know, probably within the first few months, you know, you can move up to that 600 that you really want, and then actually be able to enjoy it. Because when you start out, again, there's people out there that are absolutely insane and don't care about life and just want to full send it 24/7, you know, and get a 600 liter bike. But, you know, just have fun, ride your ride, be safe. I mean, there's no sense in rushing getting up to the fast bikes. If it takes you, you know, a month and you're already ready for something new, then so be it. You know, have fun, knock yourself out. But until then, I definitely say start with something smaller and work your way up. You know, you don't want to hurt yourself, you know, on a 600, and you end up, you know, you barely twist the throttle and you don't even realize you're going $120. You know, and then you may go into a turn too fast, or you might hit a gravel patch, or, you know, it's gonna cost you a lot more in the end if you mess up on a 600 versus a 500. And then, actually, for kind of a point of reference, so my girlfriend, actually, she recently got her motorcycle license, and I let her ride. You know, she practiced on my 500, and she loves it. You know, it's not anything crazy, but we did go to a parking lot, and I let her sit, you know, and ride on my my 600, you know, just in a straight line. You know, and she said it's night and day difference. You know, the power that these things have is just nuts. It really shouldn't even be street legal. It really shouldn't. These things are way too fast, and anybody will need on the street. But hey, it's fun to have a piss missile and everybody hates you for it. So, and then you do a little weeble and a wobble. But yeah, guys, to pretty much sum it up, what you want to do is you want to get a 300, 400, 500 from Facebook Marketplace for as cheap as you can. Get that, abuse the bike, drop it, whatever you need to do to learn to be better. And then once you get done with that, once you feel confident and comfortable on the 500 where it's just, a breeze to you, then of course move up to a 600. 600 is definitely enjoyable for like a longer period of time, because you have power. It's not leader bike power, but it's power. It's still crazy. So you can sit on a 600 and ride that for months or years. I know some people just never move up past 600s because leader bikes are pretty nuts. So definitely don't be afraid or let other people discourage you from getting just a simple 500. People are gonna say, oh yeah, no, 600s are slow, because I ride a leader bike, they're so slow. You can get a 600. You just do whatever you feel comfortable with. If you feel like a 600 is just way too much for you, but people are picking on you about it, that's fine. Let them take a corner too fast on a 600, and low side. You ride your own ride. I'm not sure if everybody gets taught that in their motorcycle course, but ride your own ride. Do whatever makes you comfortable. Because at the end of the day, what are you doing here? At the end of the day, though, it's your bike, it's your ride. You're the one doing it. So again, I know I was all over the place, a little bit scatterbrained. I didn't make a list. I just kind of thought I'd wing it. This is all my personal experience, what I went through, and just try to help all the new people that are coming into bikes, not get discouraged in, of all the plethora of bikes you can choose from and the different sizes and all that. It's really not that daunting. You just have to find out, what is good for you and stick to it regardless of what anybody else says. With that, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video there. Thank you so much for sticking around. It is my first video, so I was probably a little bit more scatterbrained than I probably should have been. Then I'm gonna have maybe some friends and family watching this. I promise I was going the speed limit the whole time. Okay, we're good here. And no, thank you so much for watching. And yeah, I hope to see y'all in the next one. Bye.